I guess recently I just kind of been thinking about, we're all sitting here, we're all getting older, older, wiser, all that type of stuff. And I guess the biggest thing that you kind of notice as you're like getting older is just like your friendships change. Like, everybody, we've been friends with each other for like a real long time. And so it's just like, the older that you get, you just start to see how those relationships kind of like evolve, just for lack of a better word. And it's just like, things are a little bit different. It doesn't have to be bad. It's just like, people may not have as much time to hang out with one another, or people are planning certain things or doing certain events in their lives. And it's just like, oh, okay, I see you doing that and I'm doing this. So just kind of like, just to start off, I guess one of the questions that I would ask you all is like, what are some of the things you noticed in your own friendships that have changed since you got older?
I would say the biggest thing I noticed is like sometimes like level of maturity for certain things, like with people, like that you just like or with. Like I would say like even like people that you like would hang out when you guys are younger, like to go to the club and that type of stuff, and then there'd be times where they're still, are doing that, and that's a part of their life, and you know what I'm saying. But you as a friend, you know what I'm saying, like have been able to, you know what I'm saying, like you just want something different for your life, you know what I mean? Like you might have a girlfriend, you might have a significant other, that obviously you can't be in the club as much as that friend. Not to say you don't want to be, but it's just not where your life is taking you at that point. So you got to kind of make a decision to, maybe you can be friends, but at the same time, you're not maybe as close because that's just what they, are into. And you got to respect that too. And then vice versa. You got to respect that they're at that phase of their life still. And, you know what I'm saying, and there's no rush. They can be into it to 35 plus, whatever they want to do, you know what I mean? You can do whatever you want in your life, but just know that I'm not going to be there with you. Doesn't mean that if something happened to you, I wouldn't help you, but that's just an example of how friendships can change and shape just by just small like tweaks.
Oh, awesome. That last take brought to you by Washed Radio. Oh my god.
I ain't going to the club no more.
Wash.
No more crying.
I feel that.
But cry in my basement.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I'm still thinking about mine, but
I can go.
okay.
Said it in that 2 times in this episode.
Now you sound like you wanted to think about it, so I was gonna let him think.
That boy hit a back step.
No, I was gonna piggyback off yours, so it wasn't that different. But I don't know. One thing that's fortunate with, well, not necessarily that we all want to stay in most of the time, but like I feel like I get the sense of, we're obviously not going out as much as we used to. I mean, COVID is halfway to blame, but a lot of times we work a full week. We're getting up there in our careers where we like Friday nights. Like, listen, like all we can do, like y'all lucky we doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like we leaving the house. Like we out. This is probably as lazy as we'll get. So I mean. We do be trying to watch, but that's the reality though. Like life, like this is the age where life really started to hit you.
I'm about to go to the stadium after this by myself.
Like your time be so.
I can just see Dante just laying back with a bottle in his hand. Just by, can I be with you? Nah, man, I'm just thinking right now.
But even Dante, the other weekend he wasn't trying to go out, so it's like it be hidden. That's that age, yo. Like, and I think really, it's not really that we watch. It's like.
You go to assets after this? You ain't got to pay us for assets. You all sweat.
I know, you're right. Shit.
They're like, they gotta go back to Virginia before you even go to the club. You going home.
The Serbian in the front, no joggers.
No sweatsuits.
Bro, I ain't even got black shoes, man. Come on, man. We gonna go to assets. Got to do right. I got on 10 side. They work boots. They let me in.
But really, I just think our time just be getting that much more valuable. I don't think it's that we watch. I just think like we like to kind of spend our time how we want to spend it.
Been there, done that though.
Well,
how many
that too.
times you gonna see, you know what I'm saying, like the same stuff that you was going to. You know what I mean? Like,
You know what I think it is for? It's money, son. Like, it's,
That's what I was gonna say.
once you once you realize, when you start paying bills and shit, and like you got a lot more responsibilities, you realize like, yo, like, am I really about to spend $20 for fucking Jack and Coke when I have a whole bottle at home?
Yeah,
like,
that's
no.
a fact.
I just like the I mean, it's not the topic, but I just enjoy the whole process of just like going and taking
process.
shots. Yeah, I'm just like,
Nah, the process that gets you worked up for going out, like when you pregame and you get together.
Cool. But I'd much rather pregame
like the
go to a
pregame.
concert though than pregame to go to the club.
I just can't imagine.
Concert more
I don't understand.
club,
Like,
big girl.
I couldn't get drunk and go to concerts. Like, I want to be like coherent on there. But anyway, like, just to say what you're playing. Like, I mean, I totally understand that. Like, for me, it's like go in there, play music with your friends, take shots, and go out,
Yeah.
Uber around, whatever. The experience
Uber
there
everywhere.
is whatever. I don't give a shit about. Like, all that is ancillary. I just enjoy the time us being out. Like, I like
Right.
being out in the sense of just being outside of my house. Like,
Yeah.
so I just, again, I like live events. I like going to places where it's like active. So that's more so with me. Like the club, whatever. I mean, it's like me. Yeah, this is simple, but it's like go sit there, drink, be outside, be outdoors, and it's like all that. But in general, what I've, that's obviously part of it. Part of that's getting old, right? I mean,
Yeah.
nobody, unless I guess there's older people that go out and
I mean,
go
we're getting
do
older
whatever,
and
but-
they're getting younger, so it's kind of like, what the hell? It's like we fell out of place for people.
I mean, I think it depends on the region. I think this city is pretty. I mean,
We're
Yeah.
still in our prime.
there's still a lot of people. Like this is a going out
Yeah, it's still
city.
going out.
Like no matter really
We
pretty
gotta go
much.
to Famous Lounge. Fuck it.
So you're over there just like explain. Like is that an actual place?
It is. Then
Where's
tomorrow.
You're over there just
It's
putting
a-
places
I'm
out
a-
there.
I'm a-
What?
I'm still like.
You're
giving
shouting
the
out
shits.
places that don't give us any money, and then talking. Oh, I don't want to go out, but there is one place on Crane
I'm not
Highway
saying they
next
want
to
me there.
next to the gym on 301.
They got a major po' boy there.
That
For
man going
$9.99
Crane Highway.
with a can of
That's wild.
with a can of Coke and a hookah.
Oh boy,
Four.
ain't nothing like getting pulled over near the courthouse.
Right? Then you can stay the whole night. You can stay whole
You
night.
get a free bed at the courthouse.
Anyway, like my point was just, I mean, more so just with just like your other, not so much you guys, but as you get older, you realize, I spent 5 years in Philadelphia. I got a lot of kind of 3 really, really close, super close friends that I spent like every day with. Like, man, not that they replace you guys. You guys are all my friends, but like, those I went out with them. Like all my going out experiences, I learned with my friends in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Just going out like every Thursday or Friday,
Thursdays.
going to their house, sitting on their couch. And since I moved back here, I mean, I haven't got to see any of them really as much as I used to. But we're still good friends. Like we still text occasionally, make sure everybody's doing well, and still that love is there. That's always been there. But you don't get to see them every day. You can't just go, oh, you guys want to hang out, whatever. I mean, I haven't hung out, done anything with them like since pre-COVID. Some of them. I had one of my friends actually moved down here, but I haven't got to see him that often. Because he lives like Maryland, he's doing his own thing. He has his own like life, but he's still my good friend. Like we still text about anytime something funny in sports happens, we'll go and we'll text about it. So, but we're still friends, still great friends, and you don't have to be up somebody's tail like every weekend or every month for them to still be good friends and still have that great rapport. So that's a good thing about getting older.
It's a really good point.
Yeah,
Like,
especially that college shit. Yeah.
I was like that, and more so like, you got certain friendships that evolve into I don't got to check in with you every day,
Right.
but I'm still if something happened to you, I'm right there for you. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure we can think of all of us got some type of friends where we just like you don't got just a little check in. Hey man, you still alive? How's things? How's family? Cool. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. But then what I'm saying, or if you see that person, it's been a while. Like I'm sure if you seen some of your Philly friends, you hang out with them, you guys wouldn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? Because some friendships just never fade because they're just so strong. So I think in a positive way, friendships evolve and a really positive light. You know what I mean? They just mature. You gotta find time to make time for your friendships too. You know what I mean? So that's what I would feel on that.
No, that definitely all makes sense. I guess that kind of did. It kind of does like dovetail into like the second thing that I guess I was thinking about was like I guess like what do you do when you're feeling like rifts with your friends, or like if you kind of feel like oh damn I feel like we ain't as close as we used to be or something like that, like we ain't on the same wavelength. I know like for me personally sometimes if I like feel it I'm like dang man let me text this person or something like that, or like let me see if I can try to be a better friend or something like that and be like oh hey what's going on, or what you been thinking about or something, not like what you been thinking about, or you just try to like talk to the people and see what you can do if you feel like oh man I feel like I ain't as close with this person I used to be, damn that kind of makes me sad. But like like you all are saying though, it doesn't have to mean that your friendship is bad or any of those type of friends. Any of those type of things. It's just one of those things where it is like the reality of life, where it is just like people do just kind of grow apart sometimes. And so I mean, it's like if y'all start to feel rifts in your relationships, do you like feel like oh let me reach out and text this person, or do you just kind of like accept that mentally? I don't know if you already felt like you said the answer, but just generally speaking.
Yeah. Well, you want to go? The rift to me is like if you just like it's just time happens and like life happens, or just not able to converse like you used to. I don't guess it's that a rift as much as that's just life and things happen. People, people are have lives, and sometimes they're drawn in different directions. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. I also think it just depends on who you are as a person. I come from a family where we kind of, I talk to my mom every day, and that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, that's my family. Like, I love all my family to death, but we're not a family that's like just. I mean, like me and my mom and her sister are, but like in general, we're kind of just. We'll see each other in big holidays. We're not gonna talk to each other.
Text Uncle Elroy on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, like we're not that kind of family, but I know other people's families are different. Like Shanae's family is different. They talk all the time. They have great conversation. Honestly, I talk to my brother a lot. But so for me, that's my basis. It's me and my family. We just we chat. Whatever. We love each other. Love's not a question. Just we don't not up each other's tails all the time. So for me, like. If there goes time where we don't talk with my friends, well, that's normal. Like, nothing happened. Nothing changed anything. It's just, been really going hard at work, or this life event has happened, and it's kicking my tail, and just haven't got a chance to talk to you. So, But for someone else, that might feel different. But I'm just saying, it just depends on the person.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of tough, too, when you really think about it. Because, like, with me personally, like, I know with relationships they say distance makes the heart grow fonder, but I think with friendships it kind of can either put a strain or can either like make you really miss your friend. Because like in some cases with me personally, I have a difficult time with like follow up, especially when you're thinking about job friends. Like you meet people, you're working with them, like you see them every single day, but then you move jobs and you meet in a completely new environment. You don't see those same people, so like you might not think you get caught up in your day to day. You might not think to hit them up, and so that's one thing that I'm trying to work on now is being more intentional, like just randomly, like hey, like how are you doing, or like hey, how have you been, or just checking in, like or let's get coffee, let's get tea. Like I'm naturally an introvert, so I don't like I hate like I don't really want to do all those extra things, but that is an important part about keeping those friendships alive, especially if you're in situations like Aaron said where you're moving from one town to the next. Like you got to kind of check in, and those check-ins are important just to make sure like that friendship doesn't like fall apart, because like again when y'all are in your own new situations, like it's easy to forget about like the times you guys used to spend. And also on that same end, like that distance sometimes can add a layer of clarity to some of these friendships that you had, like because maybe in college you had this set of friends that you were hanging out with, these my party friends, and like you thought y'all were like really close, y'all really good because y'all went out every weekend, but when the parties were moved and when you're kind of into your career mode and you're thinking about things that uplift you and things that help like with your career, like was that really a good friend, or was that really like this, or was that really that? Like that does happen when you guys kind of move apart, or where there is some distance. So it's important like that. Sometimes taking that time to really just evaluate like who's in your circle and who's around you is critical too. So not necessarily like ghosting your friends, but like just like I said, evaluating your circle is good.
I view friendship as just like it's like a job, or it's actually like working out. You only get what you put into it. You know what I mean? So like, if you want a six pack, well, you're gonna have to go to the gym every day. You're gonna do sit ups. So if you want to have a strong relationship with your friend, you got to reach out. You got to make time, and you know what I mean. It's gonna be times where it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be times where you guys are gonna be in different age. Different stages in your life. But if you want to have a strong relationship with your friend, you're gonna have to put that work in. It may take a little bit longer. It may take a little bit of organization, but it's kind of like any relationship. You know what I'm saying? If the people that put the time in or put the effort in, you'll get it. But I think also both parties have to accept that too. You can't be the only friend that's hitting up somebody every time to check in. Like it's a two-way street. Right. Like I don't like that. Like I'm being the only one, or you only hit me up when you need something.
Right.
I can see right through that.
Also, sometimes people just need space or time, and if your friend needs space or time, like you have to allow them to need space or time, right? And it's not going to be like they're going to sit there and tell you they need space and time. They need space and time. Like I mean, and there are times when I need space and time. It just is.
Are you trying to tell us right now?
No, but I'm just saying, like, there have been times in the past, like, I need space and time, and, like, it's not, and again, it just depends on the person. Like, to me, like, it's not, I'm saying, or the people are saying, oh, I don't want to be, like, closer friends, anything you. Sometimes people just need time to themselves to
Right.
deal with what they're doing, and
Yeah.
the way they handle stuff is to not intentionally close off, but sometimes you just have to close off just to get what you're dealing with together.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, it depends on the people, but you're drawn to somebody for a variety of reasons, and your personalities work. So I think part of that is understanding sometimes when your friend needs something or when you need something, and that type of give and take.
No, that's definitely important. When you're just you do in addition to like just being able to, I guess it's kind of like reading the room. Just at its simplest is exactly what it is. Where it's like, oh yeah, I've been friends with the person for years. It's like, yo, sometimes you do have to realize, all right, they probably going through something. They got a lot going on. So you know what? I ain't gonna bother them. Not like I ain't gonna bother them, but it's like I'm gonna let them do their thing, and they gonna be all right. If they need me, my phone number don't change. So at the end of the day, you just make sure you're available for them, but you don't take it personally. You just kind of understand and just accept that, all right, cool, this is a difference. And, our times where it's like, all right, shit going all right for me right now. Maybe they going through something where it's not as all right for them. And that's just kind of the biggest thing about being humans, where it's just like, we ain't all up at the same time, which is just the hardest thing about life. And, that's also reflected within our friendships. Everybody's going to go through things at different times.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, like, one of the things, I guess, is just like, I guess that's the main reason why it's like, you talk, I guess that's the main reason I thought about, like, this topic, just generally speaking, like, you ain't all up at the same time, some people are up, some people are down, or we all go through things in different phases, and it just kind of does just make you think about, damn, okay, well, are we going to grow apart? What's going to happen here? How is this all going? Like, do y'all, like, have those same fears? Because, I mean, for me, it's not like an active fear, but it is something that just, like, eats at the back of your mind time when you, like, look at the different stages of life that people are in sometimes, where it's just like, if you're thinking of, oh, okay, this person's doing that, this person's doing that, I'm doing this, dang, are they still gonna hang out with me if I'm doing this when they're doing that? Or, one of those type of things. I mean, some of that's my own anxiety and neurotic behavior, but that's not the point right now. So it's a little thing where it's like, do y'all ever like have those same type of thoughts, or how do y'all deal with that potential, I guess, of like you said, life just happens. So how do you just kind of deal with that potential of life just leading you and others to kind of, doesn't mean you're not friends anymore, but just like distance. It creates space between you all.
To be honest, it's kind of tough, especially like as men too. And I see you have up here like the importance of like communication and stuff like that. Like it's a lot of times we're not really like while we should recognize by now, we've known each other for a long time, when somebody's like, oh, they just might be in a mood, or oh, they like it might be an anxiety issue, or like, oh, whatever it is. Like we kind of recognize that, but at the same time, like it's important that we like get to a place where we're comfortable communicating that with each other. And I know that's a lot. We talk a lot about like men having their shields and like not necessarily egos, but like not really willing to be vulnerable, like especially in spaces with other men. And I think like it does us a disservice, because a lot of times, like when we don't catch that sign, like we might think, oh, like this friend is just tripping, or oh, this friend like isn't whatever, like, and if we don't communicate that, like it's easier for us to feel some type of way in our own self. Like we constantly see that friend like hey, I'm having like every time I'm having an event, this friend is like this way or whatever. Like it's important for us to just communicate, hey, what's going on, like is everything okay, like is everything good? And when we ask that on the receiving end, and I'm guilty of this too, like just saying shit is cool, like it's fine, I'm alright. Or give you the 30,000 foot like summary of what's going on, like as opposed to like we get in the weeds. Like again, we know each other almost 20 years at this point. Like it's like if we can't get vulnerable with each other, then who else can we get vulnerable to? Like I think that's one thing that I'm really trying to be more intentional. And I know it's tough. Like even just saying, I'm like, oh, like am I really about to say like all the personal shit I got going on? But like, it's tough. You gotta have a support system. Like nobody can carry this shit. Like niggas probably got stuff that they're carrying from like a long time. They just been carrying by themselves. Like they might tell your girl's probably the first person that's going to hear a lot of that stuff. And then again, what you gonna do when you're not with your girl and you in those moments where you feel down, or when you feel like when you doubt yourself, when you in these spaces? Like it's important that you have your brothers there to lift you up in every single one of those moments. And that's one thing that I'm trying to work on, being more intentional, like giving the giving the long story as opposed to the long story short. You know what I'm saying? Like just like taking the time. But we gotta listen to each other. I know we all got everything, like a lot of things going on. We're all busy, like, and that's a part of what comes with this age, especially when we're working and stuff. But I think it's important that we do, like, at least every once in a while, just listen to what our friends are saying. Like, just pay attention to what they're going through.
Yeah, like probably like 6 months ago, I would have responded with what you just said and been like, yeah, like, you gotta be vulnerable and all that. But I'll be honest with you, like the last 3-4 months, it's fucking hard.
It's hard as shit, bro.
Dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's hard. Like, I mean, last couple months been really tough personally, like just like really, 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 really hard, and I can't do it. I can't.
Right.
It's hard. I haven't told you guys anything about what's going on in my last couple months because it's like I can't do it. Let me be honest with you, I just can't do it. It's fucking weird. I had this conversation with other people. Like I had to go and talk to other people because like I can't talk to my friend. It's weird. I don't know why.
Right.
There's like a mental block. I can't do it. It's weird. It's like
tell somebody else.
Yeah, literally, like you're joking, but like that's literally what I had to do. like literally, like talking to other people who don't know you nearly as well, but it's just like it's easier.
Do you think that? So this is another point. It's not just you. No, this is not about.
No,
go ahead. But I'm just saying that. Do you think that people don't share with their friends because they are afraid or worried that they will have a preconceived notion of them? If they are vulnerable. Because I mean, the part about the reason the problem about or the reason why people I think sometimes are scared and why we're all scared of being vulnerable is because we're naturally scared about what people would think about us. That's why we tell like people who are are confident or maybe even a stranger we're more confident because I ain't never gonna see you again or. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we talk to the bartender. You talk to the bartender. That's why we talk to complete strangers because I mean this person ain't gonna judge me and if they are, I ain't never gonna see him again. Yeah. But I think we gotta put that stuff down. I think that when you openly share though,
don't touch me.
Don't touch me. I'm not your friend. I think when we openly share though, I think that's what helps though. Because when you look at like groups, and I'm not trying to say like AA meetings, but like people feel more comfortable. They feel more comfortable when they're like, oh, I'm not fucked up too. So like you take solace in it. Yeah. So I think it's not just you though. I think everybody needs to open up and their group friends and make it very open. And I think somebody, you know what I'm saying, is obviously the one that maybe get it popped off. But I just think that we all just gotta open up more.
It's tough though too.
It's just toxic masculinity. That's what it is. Like it's a man thing. Like I don't like. I've been saying on the podcast for maybe vulnerable and feelings and all this anxiety. It's hard. It's easy to say it before you're in it. Like and when you're actually in it, and there's actually time to put rubber to the road and do stuff like that. It's so hard.
Especially when he's been carrying this armor for so like this character. They've been
like armor.
No, I'm serious. Like even like amongst friend groups, like these give off this facade like everything's always good or like whatever.
Well, you have that persona, like, that person as well. Like we all have a like persona of Darian, then a persona of Dante, a persona of Aaron. Right. It's like an unconscious bias or just we have all put caricatures on everybody that's in the group.
Like the Justice League. We ain't taking off our masks in front of each other, but at home we gonna take off our masks.
That's why I just say wild random stuff so that anything I say y'all can't be surprised and take it back.
We don't know what the fuck we gonna
do. Looking vulnerable to like I don't know, and this is things like I thought I was past, but like you're not. I'm not past it. Like
you're a human being.
Don't want to look whatever.
Right. Yeah,
and just it's not healthy at all. It's very unhealthy. Let me tell you. I would not advise 0 out of 5 stars. Don't do that. It's really bad. But like I'm gonna be honest with you, this is a conversation we're having. Like it's fucking hard, man. Something y'all have to work on, and like because your friends will be the ones that help you get to the other side.
Right.
Don't try to get to the other side by yourself.
we're gonna go and buy a bunch of random masks of just random political figures. You're gonna sit here and talk to us. We all gonna be masked up. You're gonna be looking at me. I'm gonna be JFK. He's gonna be Reagan. He could be Obama. Okay, fine. Bill Clinton. I gave him a black president. He took a white one by.
You gotta put a wall in between us.
Like 2 out of 3 were shot. Jesus.
Oh God.
So dark.
Good point.
Okay, fine. He's gonna be William Howard Taft, Grover Cleveland.
James Garfield?
Yeah, sure.
Taft?
He was shot too.
Didn't Taft do something?
Dang, why you do this to me? Buchanan. I'm Buchanan.
He was the worst president ever.
James Madison.
Okay, fine. So you can talk to your doctors.
No, James Madison was the president.
He was.
He was the third.
He was
Nigga,
racist.
everybody was
No,
president
he was
except
like
Ben
the-
Franklin.
Everybody got a turn. Huh?
Everybody got a turn.
Everybody got a turn with a
Ben, the
man.
only nigga didn't get a turn.
Who?
Ben.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Random thought. Go ahead, continue yours though.
Oh no, I mean it's just hard, man. Like yeah, like I feel like this is the first time. Well, maybe we actually, well, no, not the first time, but I just think in general, I think we talk, not in platitudes, but we do, and then just I realize like just when you and
We do.
like Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan to get hit in the face, and you get in the face like oh shit, all right, like, damn, dude, it's crazy. So, but it's definitely something that I advise to work on. So I'm actively trying to work on and get better at because that's not healthy.
Utilize your
Do
friends,
that.
man.
Right.
They there for a reason. Check up on your strong friends.
Right. And because it's so hard, it's got to be a two-way process, like right? Because like naturally, we all in the same generation. We understand like it's a lot for us to be vulnerable. So like it's not up to only you to be like, I'm feeling like this. It's also up to us to meet you halfway and be like, yo, how you feeling? Some of those times, like, and even if it takes. Like, I know it can feel annoying, especially to another nigga. I ain't about to keep asking you. How you feeling,
Nah,
baby?
really,
Like, how you
Nah,
feeling?
for real,
Nah,
for
for
real.
real. How you
How you
really
doing?
feeling? Nah, but like,
Fourth time nigga just break down. I'm not good.
I knew it. I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
knew it.
also, what's like, no, for real. I mean,
Eventually, you just break down. That's
Right.
what happens. Like,
Right.
you just fuck,
Right.
man. Just like,
so it's gotta
You
be.
end up sitting here with a nigga like me, and I'm like, damn, why would this nigga tissue?
yeah.
I slept that shit up.
He'd do it.
Why does nobody want the tissue when you offer it? That's still the wildest thing in the world. Be offering nigga tissue, nobody even want the thing. Y'all crying.
There's a way to do
Nigga,
it.
you
You
have a
can't be
whole
like,
slot
here's
out
a
there.
tissue, you're blowing me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clean
okay,
yourself
fine.
up.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I also learned today there's a way to offer a nigga a tissue.
Yeah.
Gently with no words.
Yeah. You gotta be rubbing the back.
Oh hell no, you pay y'all niggas come back. Okay, fine. That's my toxic masculinity.
Real
My bad.
toxic.
I'm sorry. I don't hug people. That's my toxic masculinity.
Oh, we definitely hugging before we leave.
I ain't hugging you, nigga.
Group hug.
Group hug.
It's like one of the, a YouTube video.
Alright, I think we can bring it in. God damn. That got weird.
What? A hug? See? You being toxic.
I'm not being toxic, just like he doesn't want to be hugged. Just so, like, hey, you want to dig into why you want to get. Dante, why don't you want to be hugged?
I don't think he like people touching him.
Some
That's
people
okay.
don't like physical
He
contact.
don't like physical. That's
That's
his love
that's
language.
it,
That's not
that's
his love
that's
language. Like,
big
you
too.
know,
So
Which
you
is
like-
funny because when he gets really drunk, he's a serial toucher.
Woo!
Oh, he is.
Yes, he is. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you got
Oh, that's
it.
not
You
wild.
got it.
That's not wild.
Hello, you
No,
got it. You
that's
got it.
not-
You
no,
gotta fix that.
What
Now I'm
the hell?
out there, niggas looking at me. Now I'm a serial
No,
killer.
I
Especially
mean-
when he's drunk. That sounds super
No,
wild.
no.
Now I'm a freak. Okay.
Now I'm a weirdo. Now
He's
I'm
the
bad.
friend
Now I'm bad.
He's the friend who will just, I love,
Yeah.
you're awesome, and just lots of touching on the shoulder. Reading.
Dante was in rare form 2 years ago on New Year's. Oh my goodness.
That's why I threw up all
He
day.
literally gave me a shower with all the spit he was reading under my face
Oh, yeah.
during COVID.
Peak COVID. That was
Peak
before
COVID.
anybody even had a vaccine.
Yes, no
Yeah, that was
vaccines.
early.
That was my vaccine.
early.
Dante being all over my fucking grill.
Oh.
Telling me he loved me.
Yeah,
I love
that's
him.
really weird. Just give him a few drinks, he'll hug anybody.
Put it right in my veins.
You right, man. My mom used to hug me when I was a kid.
Good.
Okay, used to. Nigga should hug you now.
Oh, because I don't like hugging. You're missing.
You
the
don't
whole-
like hugging your mother?
Yeah, I'm not saying your
I
mom.
hug her.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, I hug
You give her a
I hug
side
I'm
hug.
not saying if anyone. I thought you hugged your mom.
You give her a side hug?
Sorry, now they got too deep into my life. My bad. Let's listen to this.
It's like, all right, that's enough. That's enough.
Mom, no.
That's the
Enough.
plot of The Sopranos.
Shake my head.
Look me in the fucking eye. Shake my hand right now. Okay.
It's a business relationship.
Actually, that was too rough. Okay, yeah. A little less shaky next time. More
Oh
fun.
God. Nah, that's on me for being the shaky one. Go ahead.
Are we good? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of emotion.
Aaron, what do you now? Do you like to be touched?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Do we have
It
to?
was very crazy. I mean,
The serial toucher. Do you like to be touched? Where are we going?
I don't
here?
mind hugging, whatever. Sometimes I think it's like awkward. Like if we were just to one night, a hug in the night. It would just be weird because we never
Not
do
in
that.
the night.
You know, we never done that before,
yeah,
so that would be
we gotta
weird.
hug.
When I
But
drop
if we
you
were
off
like-
at your house.
But if
Oh, we like,
Nigga, get out the car, walk around to my door.
right, but if we were always a hug, okay, whatever. But if like one day it's like, hug. I mean, I would like, but it'd be weird though. It's just
Alright.
random.
That's what's up. You know what? I will say Matt probably could kill me for this, but I just think like when me and Matt talk, if I don't talk to him in a while, like we're always in with "I love you, man,"
That's
and
good.
that's just so
Oh, that was
liberating.
nothing. That's fine.
No, I'm just saying, but
Yeah.
that, to me, like, you know what I'm saying, like that is very liberating to say that to somebody, like, I love you, bro.
Nigga should say that.
So I just want to tell all y'all, I love y'all.
Yeah,
Like, you too, man.
See,
Not cool.
you didn't say that shit. See, Aaron.
See,
Let
at least
it
I
go.
can tell him I love him
Let
even
it
if I
go.
can't hug him.
I'm
Let
sorry.
it go.
That's fine.
Let
I
it
gotta
go.
get my
Let it
zings
go.
in. I love you guys.
Yeah,
Sure.
niggas not say that, man.
Mhm.
I don't know. Is that what you guys' pronouns are? Is that cool?
Yeah, we're guys.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Make sure that works.
He, him's all around.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so episode. I mean, that was a lot of emotion.
Man, I mean,
out there.
They should feel like the armor just hit the ground. I feel like they should just. I took off the faceplate. I still got the rest
Not
of it.
everything.
I still have my breastplate.
I still got my breastplate.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Right, I can breathe a little bit without this.
And it all ties back to Aaron's
I
Bible.
couldn't see shit with that helmet.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
yeah.
This is what y'all niggas look like. Huh?
Damn, that's smooth.